Once upon a time, there was a devoted disciple of the Blessed One who was filled with enthusiasm and a strong desire for truth. He had taken a vow to meditate in solitude until he achieved enlightenment. However, he encountered a moment of weakness where his determination wavered. He started doubting himself, thinking that he belonged to the lowest class of individuals and feared that he would never find the path or attain any spiritual progress in this lifetime. He questioned the purpose of leading a hermit's life if he couldn't achieve the deep insights and meditation he had dedicated himself to. As a result, he left his solitary practice and returned to a place called Jetavana. As the fellow monks caught sight of him, their disapproval was evident. They admonished him, believing that he had erred by renouncing his vow after pledging to uphold it. Concerned about his actions, they brought him before their revered teacher, the Buddha. Observing the scene, the Buddha perceived that the disciples had compelled the brother to come before him, prompting him to inquire about their intentions. Curious to understand the situation, he asked them why they had brought the brother against his own will. The disciples then shared their perspective, explaining that the brother had forsaken his pursuit of spiritual advancement and had returned to their community. Directly addressing the brother, the Buddha sought confirmation regarding his decision to abandon his efforts. The brother honestly acknowledged his surrender, affirming the Buddha's perception. With compassion and wisdom, the Buddha engaged in a conversation with him, highlighting the significance of the present life. He emphasized that this existence held immense value and potential. The Buddha cautioned that if the brother were to neglect the pursuit of happiness and liberation in this lifetime, he would eventually face remorse and endure suffering in future lives. Puzzled by the contrast between the brother's resolute determination in past lives and his wavering resolve in the present one, the Buddha expressed curiosity and sought to understand the underlying reasons for this change. In order to provide a vivid illustration, the Buddha shared a tale from a bygone era. He took the listeners back to a time when a merchant's family in the bustling city of Kazi welcomed the birth of a special being who would eventually embark on the path to becoming a Buddha. In that lifetime, this noble soul undertook the occupation of trade, overseeing a convoy of an impressive 500 carts. However, their journey encountered a daunting challenge as they confronted a vast expanse of sandy desert. The sand was so fine that it slipped effortlessly through one's grasp when held tightly. Moreover, as the sun ascended in the sky, the desert transformed into a scorching furnace, rendering it utterly impossible to set foot upon. In their quest to conquer these formidable obstacles, the merchants devised ingenious strategies. They diligently packed their carts with crucial provisions such as wood, water, oil, and rice. Taking advantage of the coolness and cover of the night, they embarked on their arduous journey, knowing that venturing forth during the scorching daylight hours would be impractical. With each passing day, they sought refuge beneath a protective awning, patiently waiting for the searing heat to subside. This treacherous desert crossing resembled a perilous voyage across uncharted waters, demanding the expertise of a seasoned desert pilot. Guided by the celestial constellations that adorned the night sky, this skilled navigator steered the caravan towards their destination, ensuring their safe passage to the other side. In the story, the merchants reached the 59th league of the desert and believed they were close to reaching the end. After their evening meal, they prepared to continue their journey, but the exhausted desert pilot, who had been deprived of sleep during the long march, fell asleep. Unaware of his sleep, the oxen continued on the same path they had traveled the previous night, turning back instead of progressing forward. It was at dawn when the pilot woke up, realizing their mistake by observing the stars. He urgently shouted for the wagons to stop. They were shocked to find themselves back at the very camp they had left the previous day. Their resources were dwindling, and they had almost run out of wood and water. Hopelessness overwhelmed them, and they lay down, removing the yokes from the oxen and seeking shade under a canopy. However, the Bodhisattva, in his determination, refused to give in to despair. He wandered around during the cool morning and noticed a tuft of grass, which could only have grown if there was water beneath it. He instructed the others to dig in that spot, and they dug a deep hole of 60 cubits. They encountered a rock, and their spirits sank once again. However, the Bodhisattva was convinced that water lay beneath the rock. He descended into the well and stood on the stone, listening intently and hearing the sound of water gurgling below. He emerged from the well and called upon his page, urging him not to lose hope, for their lives depended on it. He handed the page an iron hammer and instructed him to strike the rock in the pit with determination. Despite the despairing crowd, the page descended into the well with unwavering resolve and struck the stone with a hammer. The rock split in two and fell, clearing the way for water to flow freely. The water rose from the well, filling it up to the brim, equivalent to the height of a palm tree. They all quenched their thirst, bathed in the water, cooked rice, and replenished their supplies. With renewed strength, they continued their journey, reaching their destination where they sold their merchandise at a good profit before returning home. The Buddha concluded his story, emphasizing that the caravan in the tale represented the Bodhisattva, the future Buddha, while the page who did not lose hope and broke the rock to provide water to the multitude was the very brother who had given up on his vows. The other men in the story were the Buddha's attendants. The Buddha imparted a valuable lesson to his audience, reminding them that in times of despair, they should remember moments in their lives when they demonstrated courage and achieved the seemingly impossible. They should never forget their true nature and origins, as within each person resides a resolute spirit capable of overcoming any obstacles that come their way. This story serves as a reminder to stay hopeful and determined, for there is always a little Buddha within us that can triumph over life's challenges. And so, my friends, we reach the end of this timeless tale, a story that resonates with the depths of our being. As we reflect upon the journey of the devoted disciple and the Bodhisattva, let us take these lessons to heart. In moments of doubt and uncertainty, remember the unwavering spirit of the page who shattered the rock, bringing forth life-giving water. Like him, you possess the power to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. Each one of us carries within us the essence of determination, courage, and resilience. Embrace your true nature, for you are capable of achieving greatness beyond measure. When faced with challenges, recall those pivotal moments in your life when you defy the odds, when you refuse to surrender to despair. Tap into that wellspring of strength and let it guide you forward. As we conclude this story, may its wisdom stay with you. May it inspire you to embrace your journey, to believe in your potential, and to keep moving forward with unwavering determination. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content. May your path be filled with unwavering determination and boundless joy. Remember, within you lies the power to transform your life and the world around you. Until we meet again, stay inspired and keep striving for greatness.